What's up, guys? It is the Friday, February 12th edition of the MMA Junkie Twitter Mailbag. We are less than 36 hours away from tomorrow night's main card. Gilbert Burns finally challenging for Kamaru Usman's UFC welterweight title. Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso in the co-main event. We got Bobby Green, Jim Miller, a bunch of other great fights. Maybe not the sexiest card on paper, but there's still a lot to talk about. So let's just jump into some of the questions you guys asked this week. Question number one comes from my buddy Daniel Lopez, who asks, I'm rooting for Burns, but do you think Kamaru Usman is on his way to being one of the welterweight GOATs? I think he's on his way. I honestly do. And it's probably something that people don't necessarily want to hear, a conversation that people don't want to have because for whatever reason, people have not warmed up to Kamaru Usman in the same way as some of these other UFC welterweight champions. And sure, he doesn't have the longevity. He's only had 2 title defenses, which I think places him tied for 5th all time in welterweight title defenses in the UFC. So sure, it's hard to make those claims now, but he does have something on these champions that they did not have at the time that they won the title. He has not lost in the UFC. He has beaten everyone that has been placed in front of him. And it's not like the UFC's welterweight division is slacking for contenders. He's gone through some of the division's toughest, and he's continuing to. If he goes out there and beats Gilbert Burns, he'll take one step closer to the GOAT status. Still ways to go, but I think we can start thinking about his trajectory and him ending up there someday. Question number 2 comes from Twitter user @Trey8_8. How do you feel about MMA back on Showtime networks? So on Tuesday, Bellator made their big announcement. They're moving from CBS Sports Network to Showtime, a move that I think comes with both good and bad. The good, obviously, name recognition. They're moving from CBS Sports Network, which is a channel that I think not a lot of people even knew existed before Bellator ended up there. So that's one thing. The second thing is that they are adding consistency. They have 3 events in April, 2 events every month after that. They have a bunch of Grand Prix coming up, great programming, no doubt. The negative, they're going behind a paywall. I think that's obvious. That's the big glaring thing. People are going to have to pay more money to watch more MMA that used to be free. So that's going to be an issue. I think that legal streaming of Bellator is going to go up. I think the amount of people that want to legally buy it is going to go down. So that's a concern. Obviously, too, I think moving back to the 9 p.m. slot, we could be in for some long evenings. This is more speculatory, but who knows what the pacing is going to be, right? We can't take that for granted in MMA. We've sat through the Fox Sports era of misery. ESPN Plus at times has been terrible. Bellator on Paramount was not great. So hopefully Showtime does this well. We don't have a lot of late nights, but I see overall there's pluses and minuses. I think the pluses outweigh them, but we got to find out. Thank you to everyone that sent in questions. If I did not get to yours, I will go back and answer a bunch of them on Twitter. But next week, we'll be back again with another Twitter mailbag on Friday. Keep sending them in and enjoy tomorrow night's fights, guys.